Welcome to the Forensic Call. It gives me great pleasure. My name is Daria. I'm from Canada and currently in Alberta, but from Winnipeg originally. It gives me great pleasure to welcome those that are starting to join us this evening.
It's good to be back on the Tuesday night.
It's wonderful to have you back on the Tuesday night. You're looking well, you're looking rested, you're looking ready to inspire, motivate us, get us moving in the right direction. We have Tim Thompson. Welcome, Tim, from London, Ontario. Great to have you with us this evening or this morning, as in the Philippines. Again, Mavis is joining us. And everyone is welcoming our CEO, Sir Ramin.
Thank you. Good to be here. Actually, I don't get to sleep much anymore because now we got exit business going, which is 24/7. But I feel great. I feel amazing. I wrote in my book years ago, life is not about achieving happiness. It's about happily achieving. It's always about the next. As long as you're conquering, you're crushing, you're making things, you're making contribution, and your life is good. So I feel good. I feel great.
Excellent. Well, you look well. You don't look tired with no sleep. Well, I would like to just welcome Bianca and Brian and Charlene. And to everybody, welcome to this evening's Forensic with our CEO, Ramin. Mesgarlou. If there's any new partners or new guests on the call, please let us know who you are and what part of the country you are from. And at this time, Ramin, take it away.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. And I think what we'll do today is that we're going to do like a crossfire. Where we open the lines, people can ask questions, we can have a two-way conversation. I'm going to share with you guys some stories that's going to help you out. I'll share with you some of my knowledge, but I want you guys to have the opportunity to ask questions that's important to you this week. And there's so much going on in Opulence that I'm telling you that if you're not really connected, directly connected, on a daily basis, hourly basis, you're missing a lot. You're just missing so much. Just some stories to start with, kind of give you this what's really just a little pieces to bring perspective what opulence really is and what you perceive it to be. If you think opulence is just another business that you do, you don't understand opulence. If you think opulence is just, a company that makes products and you sell products, you don't understand opulence. Those are just small attributes of this company that I like to call nation because truly so much more. See, companies don't worry about you being able to have freedom to travel and, pay you anywhere in the world and give you freedom to accumulate towards the products you want. Businesses make products, sell it to you, they expect you to give them paid right away, they pay you right, and they send you the product. They don't give you all these perks, the shopping credit system, the Opulence currency system, all these things that we do. Pay you anywhere in the world, any currency that you want. We're creating a digital currency, internal currency. You don't have to worry about the banking systems and all these things that every other company that you're gonna have to deal with. The list is too long, but I want to talk about some stuff that we don't normally talk about. For example, our new digital currency exit. See, a lot of people don't understand two things happened today that we need to talk about this. One of them is we have a country that they're talking about product pricing, and I start to take a look. And what I found is that, for example, Apple in that country, they have raised, get this is in Africa, they have raised the similar phones with the similar 256 gig in the last 7 years. They have raised it by 500% or 5x. Now, if I take a look here in Canada, if I have to go back 7 years, it's probably about 2x, 100, maybe 200%, but 500%. Why? And that's just not one country, that's many countries, is because of inflation, because the money is losing its value. One of the things that we're bringing outside the benefits of, the shampoos and the fountain of life and the sterling and the anti-aging and the fashion line, outside all of those great stuff. Let's talk about some stuff that you don't hear anywhere else in the world. Not just MLM, nowhere else in the world. One of the ways are stable coins, are stable currencies. You see, the reason why Apple is a 5x in 7 years in this country, and probably worse in other countries, is because the currency is collapsing. Now, I had a special call a couple of months ago, and I took some of our main markets, and I compared it to Canadian dollars. Of course, Canadian dollar was the strongest on all of them, including the US dollars. And then some countries, like Nigeria, I showed you, our people in Nigeria who've been with us a long time, who still got shopping credits, they can buy our products at a fraction of the cost of another Nigerian using Naira at the same time, same product. So if we have 2 Nigerians place an order today for an Opulence product, and one uses our shopping credit system or Opulence currency, and one uses Naira, and the Opulence currency kept for all these years, is still held its value when Naira has crashed. So the same people, same time buying our products, one pays 4 times more, 400% more, using their fiat currency than this other Nigerian who's been with us a long time using our stable currency. See, ours, Opulence currency, doesn't crash. So take a look at Apple selling in this country at 500% increase in 7 years. That's 77% a year. Can you imagine if we raise our prices on you 77% a year, every year? So you don't get that here. It's happening everywhere else, the different levels. You don't get that here because A, we manufacture all our products in bulk. B, we have our stable currencies. It's not collapsing like most places in the world. So this is, this again. Now, it's a lot more than that, because if you're in a country, and there's a lot of countries out there, that the currencies are collapsing, everywhere is collapsing, including Canada. It's just that the other ones are collapsing faster than Canada. That's all it is. So if you're in the countries that, if you're Lebanon, Argentina, all these places, right, that the currency is going down every year, then not only you benefit from loading up on Opulence currencies, here, load up on it. Especially where pretty much everything you need during the day, you can buy through here. 30 plus use cases a day. It's right here. You don't need to go to the grocery store for those 30 use cases. You can do it right here. So not only you can do it right here, you don't have to deal with inflation increase of the prices, like 500% on Apple, right? Because the currency is debasing. No, it's not just on Apple. The currency debasing on shampoos, debasing on skincare, debasing on health products, debasing on fashion, debasing on everything. On everything. Not only here you buy better quality, you buy it at wholesale. You can't buy wholesale outside. Right? You're buying retail outside, right? Here, we're not dealing with the currency debasing, which means inflation going up because currency is coming down. Currency is losing its value. I look at our business and everything we bring to our people, and we need to get so much better at talking about everything you guys are used to, that you don't even look at it as something exceptional because you're just used to it, or the new people just don't know about it. See, something as simple as this. if you kept your shopping list and kept track, I want you to do this. And you're buying the same thing over and over again because, I mean, you run out of shampoos, you run out of different things, right? Skincare, whatever. And then you're going to go buy, you find that the prices are different all the time. And there are, most of the time, because of inflation, if you take a look at your, over the year, period of the year, and then you kind of average it out. I did that the other day with my propane bill. You find out that toward the year, everything is just going up. Because, you know, logistics, right? I mean, gas, you know, if there's a war somewhere, if there's sanctions, if there's all this stuff, right? So here we are with us, with Opulence, you never had to worry about that. We manufacture in bulk. We load up our facilities. We have distributions all over the world. We send it to you. Because you're using Opulence currencies, you don't have to worry about the debasing of your currency. You're paying more. You can, because the price doesn't change, you can actually plan ahead, set an annual budget, something you cannot do with your grocery store because the price changes all the time. You can try to do it, but it never work out because the prices are not the same. You can do that with Opulence because, you know, we're not changing our price every week. So the fact that you can have financial freedom, you can do financial planning, you can buy wholesale, it gets dropped directly to you. You can use our currency and escape inflation in your country, literally escape inflation, because you're buying our products and we don't change our products. And you're not using your currency, so there's no debasing. You're using our currency, using your currency, using your mall, buying your products. Who can say that? Who else in your country can say that? Here's another thing we don't talk a lot about. If you're outside Canada, and we should talk about this. If you're outside Canada and you're ordering Opulence products, there is no sales tax for you. Zero. But when you go to your local stores and malls, you buy, you always have to pay sales tax. This is tax-free for you. I mean, the concept of money is kind of silly. Before I get to the concept of money, I want to tell you about another story. I was in Miami before the cruise. I had my son there and I had my nephew there. You know, my son plays basketball. So he says to me, well, I want to go to the Miami Heat because he's in Miami. He wants to go watch the Miami Heat NBA game against my favorite team, Boston Celtics. So I called somebody I know. I said, hey, he sells tickets. I said, I need 3 tickets for the Heats. No problem. It was $1,425 or something like that, US. And so we sent it to you by my phone. And I said, how do you want to get paid? You know, dollars or exit? He's a big exit fan. He said, send it to me. Exit. He actually bought a lot already. He said, send me to me an exit. So this was by cruise. That was 2-3 weeks ago. But guess what happened since then? Well, his $1,425 hasn't changed. It's the same number. But finally, it got around to paying him because he's busy. I'm busy. And today, he actually got less exit than had it given him in dollars because the price of exit has gone up. So it's not interesting. For his dollars, he'd get the same amount. Of course, dollars losing his value. But instead, he said exit. So instead of giving someone exit back then, I had to give actually less exit because exit has gone up in value. This is the escape that you have with this company. Being able to do business with your own currency, with your own company, with your own products, with your own mall, completely detached from the rest of the world. They keep adding governments, notice they keep adding taxes and more taxes and more taxes and more taxes. Right? And you can buy everything you need through us. And if you're outside Canada, you don't pay taxes. If you're earning in Canada, most likely you can skip income tax where you were at. You get paid in Canada. Now, I'm not saying you do that. I think I'm a big fan for taxes and people should pay the taxes, but I'm just saying the freedom you have in this company and getting paid in fiat. I mean, if you are in most countries, almost all countries in the world, you don't want to get paid in your local fiat currency. You don't. You know why? Because it's losing its value. You want to get paid in Canadian currency because it's more stable than yours. So just getting paid in Canadian currency is a double dip raise over us paying you in your currency because your currency is going down faster than ours. Or soon, you can do better than that. You can say, pay me an exit. Pay me an exit. Because forget about that very first day that they did 265X. That was the first day where all the pre-orders went in. That's 26,500%, by the way. So if you take that out of the picture, since then, next day till today, XZ's value is up by 39%. 39%. Had you said, don't pay me in Canadian dollars and pay me in exits, you would have made 39% more in your commissions. There's so much here. There's so much here that we just don't talk about. People don't quite understand the difference. When you say money, to most people, they think it's something you need to pay for things. That's not true. That's not what money is. Money is supposed to be store of value, something that keeps its value. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, exit. I believe that anyway. Money is not supposed to be losing its value. That's called a currency. So money is something, it stores its value. They say gold is money. Exit now is money, is internet money. But currency is what you pay for things for. Sorry, I made a mistake, I misspoke. Gold is money. Bitcoin is money. Currency is how you pay for things. Dollars in fiat term. And we have exit in crypto term. It's a currency. You pay for things. So far, our currency is also acting like store of money because it's going up in value. But we won't get into that right now. So currency is how you buy things. It's a medium of exchange. Money is something that's supposed to hold its value. So Opulence brings you a very global business. Opulence brings you stability. Opulence brings you real money. Can you imagine if you're in Lebanon, if you're in Zimbabwe, if you're in Argentina, if you're in all these countries, Turkey, all these countries, that currency is collapsing really quickly. In the Middle East, right? If you're in Israel, the currency is collapsing, the GDP is collapsing. So It's not just those. I mean, other countries get affected by it too. Europe is in trouble because of that war, because of the shipping routes, and we bring you an element where not only you can have it in Canadian dollars, what you get paid with. You can do better than that. You can say, you know what? Pay me an exit, or I'll buy products in bulk. I'll buy my shampoo for the year now. I don't have to worry about multiple, a dozen or half a dozen price changes. I don't have to deal with inflation. I'll just buy what I need from my Opulence Mall in bulk, and I keep it at home, and I reduce my list of shopping lists. I don't have to worry about currency debasing, paying taxes, inflation, price hikes, going to line horrible products anyways. You don't have to worry about any of that because we have a 19-year history of developing products, developing things. You know, somebody said the other day, and I got to check up on this. Maybe you guys can check up on this. I remember said, I got to check up on this. Somebody said the other day, I think opulence is older than some countries. I got to check up on that, if that's true. Hey, it's an attribute. You know, we've been here long enough. In a day where all these so-called opportunities last 6 months and they disappear, you know, we've been here maybe longer than some countries. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's true enough, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to use it anyway. Opulence Nation. You know, we're older than some countries. There's so much here that can affect your business, your life, your lifestyle every single day. Every single day. Somebody say, how do I become really good in opulence? Start using your opulence. That's how it starts. How do you become good at your opulence? Become opulence. Live opulence. Use opulence. Become a master of opulence. That's how you become good at opulence. And when you're good at opulence, people know, because your conviction is so high. You'll see someone do something else that they shouldn't be doing, or they should be doing with like you. You're talking to them because you're a master of opulence. But if you're not good at opulence, you see people around you constantly doing the wrong thing. You have nothing to say because you're not doing it yourself. You're not doing it yourself. Somebody talks, I mean, you can't talk to anybody in any country without them complaining about taxes. Everyone complains about taxes. I'd say to them, hey, you don't like taxes? Launch an Opulence Mall. Income is tax-free, and buying what you need every day is tax-free. There you go, tax-free. You want to go tax-free? Launch Opulence. That's how you become tax-free. No sales tax, no income tax. Here we go, tax-free. As well as, I mean, sometimes some of the countries like Canada, you know, we got some of that inflation, but I mean, it's not as bad as most countries. Opulence is a global business. We can do so much for so many people worldwide. There are some countries that people have they have like no option to forward their life. And we can bring that. We can bring freedom of commerce, where you build your business and it's yours forever. You can pass on to the next generation. You retire, it's still there. You can travel anywhere in the world, it's there. It doesn't recognize your geography, it doesn't recognize anything. Your government doesn't work like that, by the way. You're out of your country for 6 months, you're a non-res. right? You become non-res. You lose your rights. But we don't have that stuff in Opulence. So there's so much here. I would say, become a pro. Become a pro at your Opulence business. I wrote some notes here. And was talking to some people in crypto, and they were saying they have a lot of crypto, but they don't know how to take it out. And that's a big problem in crypto. And that's where, again, we come in. We have the crypto, we have the fiat, we have internal currencies. You can switch between the three, and you'll never have to worry about, in fiat being unbanked like in UK. In crypto, we can't take your money out. Here, we've given you complete monetary freedom. Something that's becoming less and less possible. When I paid for those 3 tickets with Exit, it was like a proud moment for me. We created our own currency. We've done, as a matter of fact, we've done over 1,700 transactions, 1,700 transactions in the first month with Exit. To you, it might not be that important right now because you don't quite understand what's going on with the world. When the CBDC comes into your country, and you're not going to like being asking for permission to use your salary, to use your business income the way you want to use it, then you're going to say, thank God we have Exit. So anyways, I just wanted to today to ask, do some crossfire where you can ask a bunch of questions, and I can answer it for you. For me, having currency, even in Canada, I think the way currency is today, like you see, money is good. Currency, you have to be very careful with, because currency is a means of exchange. You give money, you pick up whatever you want, right? You're exchanging money with currency. The problem with currency right now as fiat is the government keeps making it up. Keeps making it up. So, and of course, because they have full control over it, when you make fiat currency, Canadian dollars, whatever, in a job, then everything you do with that money is taxed. You buy a car, it's taxed. You make income, it's taxed. You want to do shopping, it's taxed. You buy a home, it's taxed. You buy gas, it's taxed. Whatever we do is tax. So 80% of our earnings in Canada goes to taxes. This is another reason why there's no financial freedom. They say in the job or because a lot of your money is gone to taxes. I love currencies that are not controlled, where you can decide how to use it, where to use it, without being hampered by taxes. So I'm talking a lot of things because Opulence has so much other attributes beyond the products, beyond the business, and things that guys use every day. You go place an order, use shopping credit, and for you it's easy. You just use your shopping credit. Outside Opulence, it just cannot happen. It doesn't happen. Outside Opulence, you have to use some type of monetary system like fiat, pay for it through credit card or something in order to shop. Pay the fees, hopefully not blocked, all of that stuff. I was talking to Amex today. I went to buy something. It was a big amount. And I had to call, it was blocked, so I had to call them. And then they had to unblock it. See, that means I needed permission. They had to say yes for me to use it. What I love about our currencies, you don't have that. You don't need that. It's your money. You use it the way you want to use it. No one can block it. No one can confiscate it. You decide. All right. So this stuff is deep, I know. I really need you to make you realize when we say Opulence Nation, this is how I think of it. This is how I look at this. I don't look at it as a business. If I looked at it as business, I'll have someone else run it, and I'll retire with my son, you know, my wife, and then I look at this as a community, as a nation. I see the challenges in every country that we're in. And I see the solutions that we can bring to those people on those countries. It doesn't matter to me where that person is situated. If they have some issues, after 35 years in this business, we can come with solutions. And most likely, Opulence, we have things to help them get over the hurdle, challenge, whatever that is. Opulence is full of solutions, full of solutions. Where other companies I've been with, they just drop a market just because it doesn't fit their framework. It doesn't fit their framework. So, all right, everybody, have any questions? Let's talk about, you can throw the questions at me and I'll answer those for you.
Ramin at Storia, there are two questions the same. When will the designer mall be ready?
Very good question. We say Q1. We hope to keep that timeline. It's a lot of work. And also we're not just working on just designer mall, we're also developing the retail mall. So to answer the question, we're hoping end of this month is Q1. We're hoping by end of this month we'll have a special call and a special announcement.
Okay, thank you. And if anyone else has questions, please type it in the Q&A for Ramin to answer. There was actually 3 questions on that same, when is it going to be ready? So everyone's quite anxious, which is exciting.
Well, because I know what it is, because look, we could be the Amazon of the crypto world, right? Amazon became so big, world's largest company, because they provided a platform that a lot of people needed. That platform right now does not exist in crypto, and we're creating it. It's a big deal. It's a really, really big idea. So not only you guys buy and sell and live on Opulence, and now you can also have a platform where you sell to the crypto world, completely a different world over there, completely a different world over there. You pick up some new skills, and now you sell products that you already know. You sell it on a different platform with much, much, much bigger profits too, because, you know, the prices are going to be different on the designer mall. It's incredible. Not only that, you know, imagine now your currencies exit and you see something in the designer mall that you want that does not belong to Opulence. I don't know, maybe you want your Hermes or Birkin bag or something. I don't know, you know, but the luxury vacation that you want to take or something. In the designer mall, it's not just for Opulence, it's for anything luxury. It's going to be a very interesting concept.
Thank you for that. Another question, how does a company get listed on the designer mall, and what is the criteria?
We're working that out. We're working out, there's a number of ways to do that. So we have some ideas how we want to do it. It's going to be different packages. Obviously, Opulence people will get something special. That's without saying. But not only we're setting this up for the outside world, but you'll be able to sell the designer mall to the outside world, not Opulence people, and be able to make some income on that as well. So it's a big idea. So we'll let you know. We'll let you know how that's going to play out. But we're doing a lot of research. Nothing like this has ever been done before. So we're looking at what's the best way to, because there's going to be multiple different malls. You're going to have 3 levels. You're going to have the the, it's not the basic mall, but the basic, yeah, I guess the first level. Then you're gonna have second level. Next level is gonna be the luxury mall, and the third level, the best one is gonna be the Opulence mall, right? So and of course it's gonna be, I think, to the outside world, they're probably gonna have to come in with $5,000 worth of exit in order to get that. And that's not a fee per se. They just have to have it because we want to push the requirement for exit where people can come in, and in order, yeah, you want this mall, you need to have $5,000 worth of exit or 10,000 worth of exit. And that bumps you up to that level. And so everything we're doing is to make exit the shopping currency of the world.
Thank you, Ramin. Another question. When is our crypto wallet? When will it be available?
It's in testing now. Actually, John is on the call right now. I think he got his. John, did you get yours yet? Or are you still? I know they were working. We have a little group and, we're testing stuff with them. And I think John was one of the ones that were going to get his first. I have mine. It works fine. Still waiting for the link. Okay, so I know that the reason you haven't got it, John, is probably because of me. People are really busy. We want to change the graphics of it. But most likely you're going to get yours but it's amazing. It's nothing like anything else. This was designed for the government of a country. That's how sophisticated it is and all these options. And so we're really, really excited about that.
Excellent, thank you. And for the people on the call, please type your question into the Q&A. Another question, jumping away from exit, Ramin, are you considering bringing back the Fairy Mosh brand?
Oh, I've asked that question, brought that up so many times because very much is close to my heart. I mean, look at that. Look at the marsh. See the marsh. Marsh. And then you've got very nothing like it, nothing like it, nothing like it, nothing like it. So the truth is we actually do fairy marsh projects at least 5-6 times a year. These are people that I know. They know it's going to be expensive. They don't mind waiting a year or two to get it. And we do it. And it's kind of cool that we go places and somebody has a fairy marsh and they'll make sure to come up to me and it's, hey, I got one of your fairy marsh pieces because they know it's a very prestige club. The other night we were at a very, very, very fancy party, and one of our fairy marsh clients was there. She was wearing her $120,000 fairy marsh engagement ring, and she became instantly the talk of the place. Everybody, I mean, she just and as soon as we talking fairy marsh, and of course I had mine on, and Sanaz was there, and then she said the next thing you know, everybody said that she became the talk of, like, it's incredible. Like, by the way, this is a fairy marsh wedding band.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, so this is a fairy almost collection, which is full of diamonds. And so these are the type of work we used to do when we were only a fashion business. This is why it was such a prestige company. And we're going to go back to some of our roots. I think being in fashion is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Ramin. Jumping from fashion back to the exit coin. From Yvonne, can I buy more exit coins and what price will I have to pay?
The marketplace price, the
Market
market
price.
it's all in my hands now. It's already live. So we talked about that today because we're trying to see how we can implement that in the Opulence business so you guys can buy, also use it for that. So it has to go in stages. Opulence is an MLM business, so it's very complex. It's nothing simple about it because I want to make sure that every transaction is tracked, that you guys can get paid and all that stuff. So it's not a simple thing. So very first stage of implementation for exit in Opulence Mall is where you can go on a smart buy for the exit token, where you can 10, 20, 50, 100, $200 a month, where you could put it automatically on an automatic where you could, we call that in crypto DCA, dollar cost average. It's a big term you're going to hear a lot. It's, you know, in like in Canada, you have this thing called the RRSP where you save, it's like forced saving for you, right? You take all your income, and most countries have something where, you know, you could kind of put some money aside every month, right? In crypto, it's called DCA, where dollar cost average, where you buy a little bit every week or every month. So we're going to give you guys in the form of this smart buy, where you can go in and, you know, and you can fund it two ways. You can fund it through your e-wallet or through Opulence currency. And then on a monthly basis, you know, some markets, they just want to put 10, 20 bucks, fine. Some markets, they want to do $100, $200, fine. But now you can work towards the future, right? You can accumulate and accumulate. We're doing that only for the Opulence people, only. So don't, you know, not we're not doing this for anyone else, but we want to make sure that, you know, just because you don't know this industry, that you don't miss out on this. So we're going to make it available to you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Please type it in the Q&A.
Oh, put your hand up if you want to say a couple of words. You can do that as well. We still got some time. By the way, very, very proud. Sanaz was asked to speak at basically in front of a bunch of politicians yesterday. It was some type of woman thing going on. There's no men thing. There's always a woman thing. There's always a woman thing. You know, there's men are never invited. But if men, but there's no men thing. Of course, there's a men thing. The women have to be there. So anyway, so she was speaking and she come to me. She says, "Oh, I'm speaking for all the politicians, the mayors, all that stuff." And I said, "Well, you know, you got your stuff. You'd be the most powerful woman there." Of course, she was keynote speaker, and she knocked it out of the park, and she, to a point that the mayor went up to her afterwards, had a lot to say about Sanaz, shook her hand, and she tried to recruit her. The mayor tried to recruit your SVP. You know, and she tried to convince her how she should run for the office because she's so powerful. She saw this and she saw that. She saw this. She saw that. You know, and so thank God that she's my wife, so I don't have to worry about losing our SVP. But you know, she's yeah, there was she just she is. I mean, San's a great speaker, and she just MLM. By the way, that's what I love about MLM. It just makes you the best version of yourself. It's just that type of environment, right? If you're interested to become better, best at a version of you, it can happen here. You just have to decide to. Now, Sanaz went in for a bunch of politicians, you know, and then she absolutely rocked it. Not coming from a politics background, coming from an MLM background, coming from an opulence background. She showed up there, keynote speaker, blew the place up. Again, some of the extra things about this industry and this company we don't talk about. It's important. It's really, really important. All right, anyone wants to say hello?
So yes, Ramin, thank you. It is International Women's Day on Friday, and as you see from my background, Sanaz will be speaking on Friday on Zoom. It's part of the announcements, but I'm going to say it a few times tonight. Everybody chime in Eastern time, 11 o'clock The information is out in announcements. And yes, Ramin, women do have clubs, and I understand that men have cigar smoking clubs. So you have cigar smoking clubs. We have women of empowerment clubs.
Hey,
And
I see women
certainly-
in our smoking clubs all the time. I see women in our gun clubs. You know, if I was there shooting guns the other day, I see 3 women. They look like they should be on the runway. Really, like they were like so dressed up, you know, and it was so, they did not look like they're ready to shoot a gun. They were there and they were just rocking it. They were so good at it too. So no, listen, I'm completely okay with having women everywhere, and they should be everywhere. I'm just wondering, how come there's this thing for women though? Or we're, you know.
Okay, so International Women's Day again is being celebrated this Friday. And it has taken a long time for women to get to where we are. And it is with the support of males that we are where we are today. And again, I want to express the announcement that on Friday, our beautiful Sanaz will be speaking on Zoom. She will be delivering on International Women's Day. And certainly, as a female, I encourage everyone to get every woman and every man to join the Zoom on Friday at 11 Eastern to hear our most powerful Sanaz empower women around the world. Any other questions? Please raise your hand, ask Ramin. We have a few more minutes, or type it in the Q&A. There is another question. Is it to each of our advantage to promote exit, Ramin? Please tell us where to direct new people to purchase the exit currency.
Well, except there's a bunch of exchanges. So again, become good at it. Research, right? Research, get the post there. It's in a bunch of exchanges. It's like a stock. You can buy it anywhere. So look at exit like another product. You should be promoting everything that we make, right? So there's a lot of people in crypto. 34% of Canadians hold crypto. That's a lot. That's 1 out of every 3. And the last few days, Bitcoin set a new high. The other 2/3 want to buy some. We see what happened with the ETFs in the US in the last month. They said they shattered every record, ETF record in the world. People are interested in this, right? If you don't understand it, understand it. I mean, listen, there was a time, somebody told me this story. When everything was paid cash, when Visa and MasterCard first came out, people thought it was the stupidest idea ever. Why would I want to use a piece of plastic for pay for things I just pay cash for? Or people were saying, I don't trust this plastic. Why would I trust this plastic? Who knows who's behind it and what they're doing? And all this stuff went on, but now everything is plastic. Visa, MasterCard, debit cards, right? This is where crypto is now. Some people say they don't understand it. But you know what? You will. You'll definitely will understand it when your own government comes up with their own version of exit. It's called CBDC. Except it's highly, highly restricted. Then you're going to say, okay, I don't like this. Then what was that exit thing again? Maybe I can use that, right? So promote it the same way you promote the fountain of life. The same way you promote your shampoo. It's something we make. The spray. I always say, well, first of all, the very first thing every single person that should do, Opulencer can do, is make sure you have 30 plus use cases every single day using your products from your mom. 30 plus use cases. If you're outside Canada, you're saving taxes, right? And you don't have to worry about your currency debasing, or to worry about inflation, or to worry about, inflation, none of that stuff, right? So you need to be, part of that, you're gonna, the 30 plus use cases is exit, isn't there? Exit is in there. Soon, it's going to be a payment system also in Opulence. So here's the difference between, for example, exit and shopping credit. In our company, we're 2 decades old. I don't know, there's tens of millions of dollars worth of shopping credit or Opulence currency that's there that people would use all the time, right? Well, when you keep shopping credit, it's not gaining anything, right? It's stable, which is good. I mean, look at the currency debasing, at least now, you know your money's good. The value's there, right? You can take some of that, put in the exit and on the marketplace, and hey, we do a good job marketing that. What's happened since that official launch we had last month? We're up 39% in value. So you can take some of that shopping credit. Next 5, 10 years, 20 years, probably have another 50, $60 million worth of shopping credit being bought. Put some of that into exit. And instead of it sitting there stable, which is great because other countries are debasing, but some of that can go in exit, and we can have freedom of shopping, freedom of commerce, freedom of travel, freedom of banking. Exit brings all that, right? You don't have to worry about it working, not working. It works all the time. And not to mention, it opens up the whole new door for you with billion people who are going to get into crypto over the next decade. By the way, in Africa, for example, India, those parts, a lot of these people don't understand business or whatever. They don't have bank accounts, right? So there are this group of them that they're just not unbanked and they're not in business and whatever. But they're all using crypto. It's incredible. If you don't have a bank account, if you don't have credit cards or bank cards, then you need to do something. And that's what crypto is good for. Brings personal banking to people who are unbanked from the institutions. So again, Exit provides all of that.
Thank you for that. Any other questions from our partners? Ramin, on behalf of all of us, certainly we thank you for being a visionary, for taking steps outside of the box and putting ideas together where money can be made. And certainly the 30 use products, absolutely, and shop your own mall, all of it really, really, really makes sense. And we're so grateful that you take the time out of your busy schedule and no sleep to be with us on a Tuesday night. We have 8 minutes left. That doesn't mean that are there any other questions? Feel free, please.
Well, I want to thank you for doing what you're doing. I mean, I love seeing new people step up. Honestly, this business is all about the new generation. Doesn't matter. I'm not talking age-wise, the new generation of leaders, right? And I love to see people like yourself just step up, just take the baton and run with it. You know, let the next last generation just sit down and watch and learn. And so I love it. Just kudos to you. And I want to see your inspiration to a lot of people who are watching you right now. And maybe you want to take the next 3-4 minutes talk about why you decide to do this, because this is what everyone needs to do.
Absolutely. So I joined Opulence about a year ago, and certainly I had no desire for more work because I work full-time as a president of a media company, but I was experiencing some severe health issues. And it was my twin that said, Daria, you have to get on FOL, forget about medicine, forget about everything else that the medical community has been telling you. And I went on FOL, and after 2 decades of having severe bloating, I am now 12 months without bloating, and my COVID brain fog is gone. I had a severe hole between my 4th and 5th toe that the medical community said that it was osteomyelitis, a bone infection, and I would have to either be on 6 weeks of a IV pick daily, or they would cut my baby toe off. And when I went back, I just upped my FOL. I was putting it on topically. I was taking it orally. I was committed to not have my baby toe taken off, although my stilettos would now fit me again, but that's another story. But the FOL reversed the bone disease. And when I went for my final appointment, the specialist was dumbfounded. He looked at the x-rays and he said, Daria, not sure why you're here, because the osteomyelitis, the bone infection, is not in your toe anymore. And I pulled out my FOL and he said, what have you been doing? And I showed him, I said, I'm on a amazing, powerful antioxidant. And I know that this is what has reversed the disease, the infection. And he said, well, it's impossible, but that's a medical mind. So I became very committed to FOL for my health. And then I felt that I have to get involved with the business so that I can help other people who are having health issues. So I'm excited to be an entrepreneur with Opulence. I have a lot to learn. I have to find a little bit more time in my day. And certainly all of the products are amazing. The shampoos, the skin, I love the cream. You know, I lather in the cream every single day, and people that haven't seen me, they say, oh my God, Daria, what are you doing? You look 20 years younger. I said, FOL Sterling. And so it's walking our product, right? And I'm passionate about it. And certainly I've heard several times on the calls, get on and be a host. And it's for all of you that have not hosted, we have to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable, rip the Band-Aid off. And certainly from hosting, I mean, yesterday I had the anxiety because my technology wasn't working, but certainly I have my twin here and Rico was amazing. So I encourage all of you, if you have not hosted, rip the Band-Aid off, call Rico, send him a message and host. And it's an opportunity to learn so much more about this phenomenal business. And it's not just the healthcare line, it's the fashion and it's safe revolution. And certainly the way we're going, we know that we've come out of, I call it the pause, COVID. We're going to have it again. And so it's all about prevention, and health is our wealth, number one. And FOL is the most amazing, amazing product, and everybody in the world should be on it. And now with the new world of exit tokens, I mean, again, Ramin, thank you for being such a visionary. You're not sticking to your fairy mosh jewelry and developing FOL for us. You're now taking it a step, another step. So thank you. And we can't wait till the designer mall comes on. And it's like a phenomenal company.
Part of the reason like people should do it, like look at you right now, you're fairly new here, but everybody knows you now, right? Hey, listen, you want to step up, this is what happens, right? Just get on, the opportunity is there, become, you know, let everyone know you. It's important in business, it brings credibility and all that. It's a lot of fun anyway. So again, congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions from our partners around the globe? With that, I want to thank John. He put in the chat Sanaz's link, but it is also on our Opulence site. I'm encouraging everybody, again, I'll go through the announcements, but all of us as women, we need to be on that call Friday, 11 Eastern, to support Sanaz. She will be empowering women around the world. She will be empowering us. And certainly for all of the men on the call, please, please join the call to support Sanaz and to support all of the women in your lives and all of women around the world.
And tell her to stay out of politics.
And you know what? And after the call, we'll all go to have cigars. If there's no other questions, I thank all of you as partners for joining. And most importantly, Ramin, thank you for taking the time out of your crazy, insane, busy hours of your 24 hours to be with us. I don't know another CEO in the world that would commit as much as you do to us, your people. So thank you. We're grateful.
One dream.
We're grateful. We appreciate you. And all together, one team, one dream, to the billion.